let's talk about that time. You didn't look into the fake accounts, but you went right back to pumping up the stock price by bragging about Wells Fargo's record number of new accounts on your very next investor call. Now let's forward to 2016, 2 months before the fake account scandal became public. You were then the chief operating officer of Wells Fargo. An interviewer asked you whether you thought the bank had pushed sales goals and cross-selling too far, and your answer was, quote, no. The fundamental strategy that we have is not going to change. That is July of 2016, just before this breaks open. According to Wells Fargo's own investigation, by July of 2016, you knew that thousands of employees had been fired for opening fake accounts and other sales violations. You knew aggressive cross-selling goals were to blame, and still, you publicly said the bank didn't have a problem, right?
Senator, that's incorrect. You
didn't say this? That you're
Senator, could you read the entire quote, and could we go through the entire presentation? Because I think in that, Senator, I think in that presentation,
whether or not
you
pushed employees too far, your answer was no. The fundamental strategy that we have is not going to change. And that's a month
and I was referring to the vision. I was
public.
referring to the vision of our company.
The vision,
of our
including
company.
The fake scandals you
No,
were being
Senator,
asked about?
every time I give a presentation to our team members, I start with our vision, which is to ground people in the culture of our company, which is that our job is to satisfy our customers' financial needs and to help them succeed financially.
Mr. Sloan,
That's the context that I made that statement. Since I've become CEO, I've made fundamental changes to address the issues that we're talking about today.
Mr. Sloan, you were asked about pressure on employees, which caused the fake account scandal. We all know that now. It's public. You knew there was a problem, and when you were asked about it, you lied. This is about personal responsibility. Wells Fargo cheated millions of people for years. The Federal Reserve should remove all of the current board members who served during the fake account scam. And Mr. Sloan, you say you've been making changes at Wells Fargo for 30 years, but you enabled this fake account scam, you got rich off it, and then you tried to cover it up. At best, you were incompetent. At worst, you were complicit. And either way, you should be fired. Wells Fargo needs to start over, and that won't happen until the bank rids itself of people like you who led it into this crisis. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, could I respond to that?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
I want an equal amount of time.
Senator, a couple things. First, and I'll get to your criticism of me in a moment, but first let's talk about the board. I think the board has taken very important steps in terms of a thorough, independent investigation that's been made public. Right? That's number one. Number two, the board has taken very strong action in terms of executive accountability that is unfortunately some of the highest in corporate American history. Again, unfortunate. So I don't believe that your criticism of the board are accurate. As it relates to me, again, I think the reason that I'm the right person to run this company today, notwithstanding your criticism, is because I have been making change at this company for 30 years. I have made mistakes. I certainly haven't been perfect. But I think having that knowledge of the company, having the ability to make the change, the actions that I've taken since I become CEO 11 months ago have made fundamental change at this company. So I'm not afraid to make hard decisions when it's needed. And I have the support of 270,000 people. That's why I think I'm the right person.
Can I just make a short comment on this? I know we're over, but you really want to say, are you kidding? You know, look, you've been there for 30 years, and every one of my colleagues on both the Republican side and the Democratic side who've spoken so far have talked about a broken culture at Wells Fargo, have talked about the fact that the problem starts with leadership. The people who were there and leading Wells Fargo during the time of a years-long scam and multiple scams, as our chairman pointed out, those people should not be left in charge of this business. And when you promoted exactly what was wrong with this bank, over and over and over. You went to the stock market and you bragged about it. You made money personally off it. When you were asked about it, you did not tell the truth and you tried to cover it up. Wells Fargo is not going to change with you in charge.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.